Today, I will try to increase my balance 10 times. If I fail, I will give the first 10 people an exclusive channel with no strings attached. I will hide the code word in this video if I fail. What is a good strategy for this challenge? TradingView, of course, is very good with its automatic indicators, but we will use today only the trading platform and 2 indicators that are everywhere. Our task is to catch 5 pluses and a wall, and I know what would be the perfect for that. So now I will explain everything step by step. So I'm going to hurry up a little bit for now and make my first trade on the 1 minute upside. But first we need to prepare the chart to look like this for your first trade. Let me remove all the indicators. Today we are going to need to set up a bunch of them, like just to make 5 upside trades and a wall. Do you know what indicator is working? Let me show you. We go to the indicators panel, click twice on the moving average indicator and once on the Oscillator indicator. We have added these 3 indicators. Now the main thing is to configure them very correctly and accurately. We go to the first indicator, we write the period 11. We can change nothing in the styles. On the second indicator, we change the period to 54 and the type of the display we put EMA. And the styles we put 3 pixels, red colors, and save. In the meantime, we have the first trade close in the plus, but I propose to make the same 100% also on upside for 1 minute because I still do not consider that for the signal has worked out. So after we have set up both of our indicators, here we also put the EMA. I forgot about that a little bit, but after we have set up our 2 indicators, let's move on the condition for our trades. First of all, we see the direction of our trend, which is formed by 2 co-directional lines. That is, when one line goes down and the second line goes down, we realize that this is a trend movement, downward reversal, of which we can catch or join on the contrary to the downward movement. My first 2 trades were made on reversal. I will now gladly explain why and continue trading because literally in 5 seconds, the second trade will close. It would seem that only 2 trades and we are already very close to our goal because the third trade I will have for the amount of $184 and it is much closer to my goal. So look, the evasion indicator helped me a lot in this trade because it shows us the approach to the 0 boundary. That is, we have a horizontal line 0. So we see that the oscillator is growing, but the chart is falling. That is, we pay attention to the minimum value of the chart and the minimum value of the oscillator and realize that the oscillator is growing, the chart is falling. This means that very close we have a reversal point here. I was not particularly focused on the moving indicator, but now I'm waiting for our chart to break through this red line because after breaking this line, we will have a confirmed uptrend. That is, when the chart makes such a movement, we will have a change of trend. Here our lines will cross somewhere. Usually, many people are used to open trades at the crossing of these lines, but frankly speaking, the chart is in this case will be very high and we will try to enter risky trades. Therefore, we will pay attention to the divergence of indicators and at the emerging trade. The awesome oscillator and moving average will help us in this. So let's look further. So back to this chart after a certain amount of time. Let's go up for 1 minute here. Look what has happened. The red line, as I have already said, is a certain level of interest for us. I mean, it can be either support or resistance. It is very important to catch the moment when we break this line. We see that the chart is falling, but the oscillator is going and continues to go. So it shows strength, and just after we have a change of trend, we start opening trades because there will be a short period of time when the market will have an impulse, which you see right now on the screen. So this is the most favorable time to make trades as soon as we have a change of trend with you. That is, we do not necessarily have such a crossing of these two lines. The most important thing is to catch the breakdown and enter after the breakdown. If our oscillator is rising, yes, if we are talking about trades on the rise, if either already enter on the return to the line, that is a breakdown plus retest. And so let's go in the next trade. Oh, unfortunately, we have a bad entry point here, but let's hope for a trade. In about 50 seconds, we'll know if I'm gonna make or break the shuttle. But what we see here, first of all, I'm following a clear step-by-step instruction as always. Number one, we are anchoring above this red line. I think you can see that by the candlestick here. Next, zooming in on the chart, we cross the zero boundary of the eaves oscillators, and note that the chart was falling here at this point much stronger than the oscillator, and in the end, the oscillator even grew and is now showing positive dynamics. We have $679 on our balance in just 4 trades. Let's look at today's statistics. I already had a session in the morning, but here is my current session, in which we started with $50. The first trade was so bad, and the second trade we have already fully realized the upward potential. In the third trade was also good. It was a confidence situation of 34 points, and now we are also 30 points takeaway. As you can see, the growth of the chart will continue. Well, probably was not 100%. I am not sorry to lose $50, but I see that the market is generally receptive and ready to move further up. At least I hope that we have already updated this level, and I will go to update the next one. I hope that this trade will not be fatal. Damn it, guys, I don't know why I made the last trade. I could have fixed $629 net profit, but in the end, we are back to this red line, and I have zero on my balance. In fact, I have forfeited the goal of the video. We have increased the balance by 10 times. But remember that using high-risk strategies leads you to the same result. 10 free access to the VIP channel will still get you. So look for the special code in this video. Text me and I will add you to the group.